The video is Leila Nishmas Oshmu Bachim Chaim Tzidoiv and the Fushleim at the Recham B'chai former Bas Perma Yamalka B'soch Shachol Yisrael. Good Erev Shabbos Kodesh. Our heart, of course, goes out to the Bnei Eretz Yisrael who are under continuous what's called raketot and scuds and missiles. And I thought it'd be so appropriate to speak about first Neturei Karta. Now, I'm not speaking about Neturei Karta, don't worry. What I mean by that. So, unfortunately, almost anyone, you ask anyone in Klal Yisrael, what's Neturei Karta? They think it's, unfortunately, people burning the flags with Iranian scarves. And Nebuch, that's what Neturei Karta means. But of course, there's an origin to the words Neturei Karta. Neturei Karta actually is mentioned in two places from what I recall. It's in the beginning of the Akdama and the Midrash in Eicha, and the other place is a Yerushalmi Maseches Chagiga. Goes back many years ago. I used to go through the Midrashim. I used to have time to learn Midrashim, fascinating Midrashim. They're so incredible. You know, if there's kids listening, I know there's a lot of kids sometimes that listen to these videos. Take advantage of your younger years. You get older, there's no time to sit and learn Midrashim. So you're busy doing videos and WhatsApps and everything else in life. Take advantage. So back to the Midrashim. So one of the Midrashim there speaks about Neturei Karta. The literal translation of Neturei Karta means the watchers of the city. And it describes, actually, I think it was Rebbe, he sent like 2-3 Amoraim to check out and make sure that the cities have Neturei Karta, people that are guarding the city. And the two people that they were referring to was Melamdei Tinoikos and Seifri, meaning spiritual powers, spiritual people. That's the real Neturei Karta. So forget about the Neturei Karta we spoke about earlier this week. We're speaking about Neturei Karta that every one of us has to be. Now, how do we do that? So the chief rabbi mentioned something. What's his name? I forgot. Of Amar. He mentioned the idea that if we want to protect Klal Yisrael from all these scuds and rockets and everything else, Shmira Shabbos. You know, that's the reason why I was. Unfortunately, when it comes to Neturei Karta, you don't hear Gedolim Tzadikim say that the reason why we're in trouble in Eretz Yisrael is because of the Neturei Karta. Whether exactly what we should do, and as we discussed earlier, it's not even worth discussing now. A person has to know, what does the Rebbeinu Shem want from us? How does he want us? Well, there's a message. The Rambam says, Chas v'shom, to ignore the messages. So the messages our tzaddikim are telling us, and you see it in Chazal, and we mentioned it, the Shmira Shabbos, and unfortunately in Eretz Yisrael, I don't know the percentage, 80% of Jews are not keeping Shabbos, maybe less, hopefully. So we're, Baruch Hashem, engaged deeply in the halachas of Shabbos, even discussing these cool shaylas, and it goes on and on, spending a lot of time discussing Meiser Shabbos. First of all, let's get back to one of the questions that we were discussing was a crockpot, that the child, that a lot of people want to know the answer. I guess we never got back to the answer. So one of the questions that we left off was if the child was told by his father to turn on the crockpot before Shabbos, and he forgot, and then he remembered 20 minutes after Shkia, and he turned it on. Are you allowed to enjoy the chulent from this crockpot or not? And the answer is it's a machlokes Reb Chaim and Rosh Shlomo Zalman Auerbach. Why? Because when a child does something for himself, you are allowed to enjoy. A child makes chulent on Shabbos, you're allowed to enjoy the chulent. If he does it for you, you're not allowed to enjoy it. So here there's a machlokes. Reb Chaim said, well, this child obviously listened. Why did he turn on the chulent? Because he did it for his father. So therefore, you're not allowed to have the chulent. Zot Rosh Shlomo Zalman Auerbach, no. When a child quickly ran to turn on the chulent, to put on the crockpot, he wasn't doing it for his father, he was doing it for himself because he didn't want to get punished by his father. So that's a question you could share with the table. Another interesting shaila, halacha l'maaseh, if a picture or a video was taken by someone that's a Jew, that's not from, like in Eretz Yisrael, they're videoing a tish. Recently they had something similar to this. They video a tish of the Rebbe, beautiful songs, tunes, it's amazing. Can a Jew listen to this tish after Shabbos? Can you listen to the video? Can you look at a picture that was done on Shabbos? These are all incredible shaylas, and it goes on and on. It's so interesting. So I'll let you think about it. We'll get back to it next week. I want to share with you a quick machshava also on the Parsha. And it's something that I think actually we could take away from President Trump. You have to learn haloymid mikol adam, especially from this funny president. He taught us that sometimes in life, and this is really what I mentioned actually in the Tur, first siman in the Shulchan Aruch, the Tur says, when it comes to avodas Hashem, al yidag, don't pay attention to the maligim, to the people making fun of you. Just do what Hashem wants you to do. Where do we see that? The pasuk starts off, vayera Hashem el Avram belenei Mamre. Hashem appeared to Avram in the hotels or the plains of Mamre. Why was Mamre mentioned here? There was also Anir and Eshkol. These were the guys that were involved with Avram Avinu, and Chazal say because he is the one that gave the Eitzah to Avram Avinu about the Milah. He gave him advice about the circumcision. So everyone asks, what do you mean? So if you look at the Siftei Chachamim and others explain, Das Kenim says, no, Mamre was the one that said, Avram, do it publicly, and even though people are going to say things, but you think it's the right thing to do, then you should do it. And that's an amazing lesson. Have an amazing Shabbos.